guys, welcome back to the RC store. My name's Ammo. Check out what we got on the desk today. This is our Traxxas Fortec Corvette C8. Now, I've had this for about a year. Now, if you haven't seen the previous video to this, I'll put a link just up here in the corner. Basically, I absolutely loved the scale looks of this car. The way the body looks, the way it's been built, the build quality, I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Now, this is a brushed car, and it did okay for a brushed car. However, it was always missing that power. Now, if you haven't seen the FTX Evo 30 or the FTX Stinger videos on the channel, be sure to check them out. I wanted this thing to hoon like them. I wanted it literally to slide around a tarmac car park and just be a bit of a laugh. Now, I've got a mate who's got one of these and he's pulled 140 miles an hour out of it. Absolutely crazy. But I'm not aiming for no speeds like that. I literally just want a car park basher, something that will slide around with a bit more punch, and that's just really fun. So in this video, we're going to upgrade it. So I've picked up a Hobby Wings Max 10 setup. As you can see, I've got a 5400 kV motor, a G3 censored motor going in here with a G2 Max 10 system, which is also censored, and all that is going in this, and we're going to take it for a blast. So without further ado, I'm going to get everything in and let's get this party on the road. Like I said, I do love the scale features on this car. It looks absolutely fantastic. Just check out that scale engine. It looks absolutely amazing. And like I said, the build quality for a car park basher, this is absolutely great. Bearing in mind, I paid £150 for this car, brand new when it was on offer. Now, what I'm going to do is basically take out a couple of these screws. I'm going to remove the brushed motor, remove the brushed ESC, and we're going to put the Hobby Wings combo in. Right, motor gone in, no issues whatsoever. It's all meshed up nicely. Right, next thing, ESC. Right, all in. As you can see, the motor's in, the ESC's in. I didn't expect that to go in so quick. Ever so easy, literally 5 minutes and it's all in. And just like that, we are done. Right, the car is ready. I've programmed the ESC, so I've just calibrated the throttle. I've not adjusted anything else. Everything else is pretty much standard. I've just calibrated the throttle, and we're ready to take this for its first send. I'm looking forward to this. Like I said, I will take a GPS out with me just to see what sort of speeds it does record, but I'm not looking to break any records. I'm not looking to get nothing crazy. It just gives me a respective of where it sort of is on the benchmark, but more, I just want to hoon it. And that's all I want to do, to be fair. So without further ado, let's head out to a car park and let's get into some proper bashing tarmac action. So we're here on location with the Traxxas Fortec. Now, this has been converted to a 3S Hobby Wing conversion. It's its first run. I'm going to start this run off with a GPS speed run and see what we can achieve. The weather's a bit gloomy today, to be fair. But it is evening and the temperature is about 18 degrees. I'm looking not for any record breaking speed runs, but a bit of an improvement than before. I'd be happy with anything above 30 miles an hour, to be fair. Between 35 and 40 I think will be a sweet spot, but like I said, this ain't a speed runner for me. This is just going to be a car park hooner. So without further ado, let's head into a speed run. So let's start with setting up the GPS. Let's see if it's all working. So yeah, it's recording. We'll press track and we'll press start. Right, let's see what this thing can achieve. Like I said, not going for any record breaking goals. Literally just a speed run, just to see how much of a difference it's actually made. Now these tires may balloon, to be fair, on full throttle. Whoa! All right, I span out. Let's try that again. Whoa! Just when I jabbed it onto full throttle, I managed to slip out. I'm guessing them rear tyres are ballooning. It's munched a bit of grass, but we're all good. Right, the battery did become unplugged. I have plugged it back in. Let's go again. Whoa! Like I said, the rear tyres are ballooning and it just did pull adrift. Right, try again. Full throttle. Well, right, I did pull that on full throttle. Whether it managed to build up the speed or not, I won't know. But like I said, the rear tires are slipping, but this is going to give us a rough estimate of what it's pulling. So the car's all good. Let's give it an estimate of what it's pulling. So I'll stop there, read the GPS. 54 mile an hour. No way. No wonder that is not basically gaining any traction with them tires. Wow, I was not expecting 54 mile an hour, guys. That's impressive. Wow. Right, next location. We're going to give it a bit of a hoon. Let's see how we get on. I am leaving the GPS running behind the scenes just to see what sort of speed it achieves in this car park. But without further ado, let's get into a bit of a hoon. Exactly what I expected. Now, first thing first, I did get the tire blowing up. We have got a bit of an audience here, so excuse me on that. Yeah, this thing hoons just how I wanted it to be fair. Look at that. Just what I expected. Hell yeah. Now, bear in mind, this car is not running a gyro. This is all manually controlled. And yeah, this thing is doing incredible. Right, you're seeing the tires balloon there. Hence the back of the body just lifted. But yeah. Now, bearing in mind, this car has not cost me a lot. It's cost me £150 and a Max 10 setup. I will put the price of a Max 10 setup on the screen now. And like I said, probably cost me cheaper than an FTX Evo 30 or an FTX Stinger. And it's a lot quicker just with that combo. Hell yeah. Exactly what I wanted. Yes. Now, to be honest, I think this is a 60 mile an hour car as we speak. All I'd need to do, being realistic, is put a set of foam tyres on. Once the foam tyres are on, I think a gyro. And yeah, that's all this thing needs. As soon as I touch full throttle, it spins. Some foam tyres will do absolutely incredible on this build. I wasn't expecting it to come out so good. Right, I'll tell you what, let's check the GPS speed run and let's see what it's pulled in the car park, and then we'll go a bit of gymkhana action with some close shots. So we're here, I'll press stop on the GPS, let's see what it's pulled. Probably not faster, no, 40 mile an hour. But that's not bad for a little bit of a blast, to be fair. Right, time for some gymkhana action. Oh yeah. Like I said, turn is perfect. Just what you want out of something like this. Oh. Especially for the price that it cost me. Like I said earlier, the price of a Hobby Wings Max 10 setup and £150 for the car. Oh, traction roll. The amazing drift. Wow, that was so much fun. I did not expect that to pull them speeds, to be fair. More than happy with it. Like I said, I would have been happy between 30 and say maximum 40, 45 mile an hour. But this thing absolutely surprised me to get that speed. Now bear in mind, to hit 54 mile an hour, if you haven't seen my FTX Stinger video, be sure to check that out. That car went through the wars. I went through a whole body shell. I went through 2 wishbones. I went through 2 sets of tyres, speed run tyres with disc wheels, pinion changes and all sorts to get that car to 54 odd mile an hour. This thing Literally, I've used a stock pinion. So you get two pinions in the box with this. So you get the high speed and the low speed pinion. So I've used a stock high speed pinion that comes in the box. And literally, I just plugged that up to the Max 10 setup, which is a sensor setup. And this thing, absolutely incredible. Now, I believe this should be able to hit 60 plus mile an hour on the setup that it is. You would need some foam tires on here. And depending on your driving skills, you'll probably need a gyro. So that would take this car up to 60 odd mile an hour. And then if you start changing the pinions, like I said, I know somebody with one of these hitting over 140 mile an hour. So it is possible, but it's not something I wanted to do. In terms of control and how it felt when it was going, it felt so planted, felt so squatted. Not for 1 second did it feel light. It didn't feel like it was lifting or anything like that. It just felt planted and it was going. The issue that I was having was the tires were ballooning, and as soon as you got to that top end of that RPM and then 5,700 kV or whatever that motor is kicked in, this thing spun out. That was a hard bit to control it at that level. But like I said, some foam tires on this and you're hitting well over 60 odd mile an hour. This thing's absolutely incredible. One of the cheapest builds that I've done on the channel and one of the best results I've had. Guys, if you've enjoyed this content, please feel free to like, share and subscribe. Don't forget to smash that notification button and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.